Boldstep, a player the community has seemed to have forgotten about, which is unfortunate considering his achievements and skill as a player. Today, we're going to revisit Boldstep and how he started playing the game and how he grew as a player throughout. Boldstep found the game like many others, by watching massive YouTubers with hundreds of thousands, perhaps even millions of subscribers, and Boldstep had watched PewDiePie in 2014, and he found a game that seemed to have interested him. Boldstep didn't start playing till around mid-2015, around the end of 1.9, back when Cataclysm was still considered indescribably difficult. He started by playing mostly easy and medium demons and growing in skill on 60Hz. After 2.0 was released and the new year had come about, Boldstep steadily progressed and was growing in skill. His first big level completion in terms of difficulty was in June 2016, when he beat Windy Landscape by Woogie1411. About a month later, he beat Deadly Clubstep by Neptune, but that was nothing compared to his later achievements. In September 2016, Boldstep completed Cataclysm, a remarkable upscale in skill and patience. Moving forward throughout the year, he continues grinding and beating insane and extreme demons. After Cataclysm, he completed levels like Necropolis, Galactic Fragility, and had significant progress on A Bizarre Phantasm and Old Downbase, and a while later he got 52% on Bloodbath. Moving even further forward, Boldstep begins practice on Allegiance and gets a high score of 58%, but nothing would compare to what happened a little later. On November the 26th, 2016, on my birthday, coincidentally, Boldstep ended his quest to beat A Bizarre Phantasm, a monumental achievement considering it was a top 5 extreme demon at the time. After beating A Bizarre Phantasm, he completed Ultrasonic and Allegiance, but soon after, one of Boldstep's most famous levels would be previewed in a 12-second video called Erebus Practice is Starting, and it showed us some of the gameplay from the level. Something interesting about Erebus was that the version Boldstep verified was easier than the original. According to him, the original version was 3 times harder and much more inconsistent than the current one we see on the list today. Before he beat Erebus, his hardest level ever was A Bizarre Phantasm, but in the meantime, while verifying the level, he completed other levels such as Catastrophic, Crimson Clutter, Quest for Perfection, Bloodbath, and other extreme demons. His first progress video gave us an idea of the true difficulty of this level when he reached 45%, and it showed off many inconsistent and buggy parts that the level is known for today. And after getting 75% in February, he also began his quest to beat Sonic Wave and Yatagarasu, and began rapidly progressing on those 2 levels as well as keeping up with Erebus. On March the 17th, 2017, he died at 87%, or as he called it, the dreaded ship. A little while later, he reached 91% and was close to finishing the level. Just a day after the 91% fail, on March the 19th, 2017, he beat Erebus and it flew straight to the number 1 spot on the Demons list, well ahead of its time, and as of now, it's clocked in at an insane 300,000 views, and Boldstep's name flew around the community. After beating Erebus, he continued his rampage of extreme demons and started with Artificial Ascent, getting 59% on March the 22nd. A day later, on March the 23rd, he reached 73%, and his completion of the level seemed near. A little later, on April the 7th, he completed Artificial Ascent. His speed and skill was comparable to other top players at the time. Later, after beating Artificial Ascent, he moved on to Hypersonic, and completed it within a few days of playing, and the same day, he also beat the Hell Factory by Team N2 on the same stream, which is a rare and uncommon thing to see these days, and even more uncommon back then. 2 days later, on April the 12th, he completed Photovoltaic by Mazel, but this would be nothing compared to what he would begin to practice next. On April the 13th, 2017, Boldstep previewed his next verification project in a 36-second video known as Stepping to Hell. At the end, when he paused the game, we saw the name Step to Hell. On the same day he previewed the level, he reached 60%, further showing that he truly was one of the best players at the time. And a day later, he did a run of 58 to 100. A few days later, on April the 17th, he got 77%, and the verification seemed to be on the horizon. Meanwhile, verifying, on the 20th of April, he took the time to beat Colorful Overnight on 60Hz. After this, progress would halt for a while. On May the 3rd, 16 days after the last progress video, Boldstep got 81%, and it seemed that this level was way harder than we initially thought. 3 days after the 81% fail, he got 84, proving that this level is significantly harder than anyone could have imagined at the time, and a little later getting 88. For a while, we didn't see any progress after the 88 fail, but we did, however, see Boldstep progress on several other extreme demons, and also took on a much smaller secondary verification project known as Twisted Tranquility. Boldstep quickly progressed on Twisted Tranquility, and getting 67% on May the 30th, 2017. 2 days later, Boldstep legitimately re-verified the formerly hacked Twisted Tranquility. A day later, on June the 3rd, Boldstep verified Step to Hell, which flew to 9th place on the Demons list, and it became another one of his well-known verification projects. A couple days later, Boldstep completed Niflheim and added another extreme demon to his name. After beating Niflheim, Boldstep began progression on Yatagarasu and Subterranean Animism. After Niflheim and a few progress videos, Boldstep didn't make much in the way of progress on extreme demons due to his parents deciding to move from New Zealand to Australia, so he was stuck with some garbage laptop. During this period, he beat some hard and insane demons in the meantime. On August the 19th, 2017, Boldstep uploaded a video basically stating that he got internet access early and was ready to keep grinding GD. In this video, he also previewed his latest verification project, which was Glowy by Rob Buck, and in the video, he had already achieved a good run of 58 to 100. After this preview, he got a record of 51%, and then later, 69. In the meantime, he also took the time to beat new Downbase. After this, he got a new record of 80% on Glowy. On September the 6th, 2017, Boldstep finally verified Glowy and it flew to 18th on the Demons list. After Glowy, Boldstep began a new rampage of extreme demons by progressing on Digital Descent and beating Red World Rebirth, Blade of Justice, and Athanatos. But none of these demons would compare to his next project. On October 6, 2017, Boldstep showcased a new level he was verifying, Killbot by Lithofusion. On this first video showcasing it, he got 53%, but progress was minimal after this, and we'd have to wait until the latter half of the month to see any major progress. On the 26th of October, he got 95% on the level, one of the greatest GD fails for him. 8 days later, he verified Killbot, and it flew to 12th on the Demons list due to its torturous memory and timing gameplay. And this video remains Boldstep's most viewed video, and as of now it has 1.6 million views, which is absolutely crazy for Boldstep, and his name flew around the community once again, which hadn't happened since Erebus at this point. After beating Killbot, he continued to slay several extreme demons, like the Flawless and Uprise. On November the 20th, 2017, Boldstep ended his quest to beat Yatagarasu, which meant the only level left in the RGB trilogy was Sonic Wave, and he would soon make good progress on that. On November the 25th, he got a new record of 72 on Sonic Wave, and victory seemed near, but progress on this would stop. On December 4th, 2017, Boldstep completed Sadism, and after this, Boldstep mysteriously vanished, and we didn't hear from him for 2 months. In the latter half of February, Boldstep returned after 2 months of inactivity, and made progress on Bloodlust by doing the entire extension. To keep this short, in this time frame, in the first half of 2018, he completed AI, Aftermath, Digital Descent. He previewed Woodkid by Jakers, which got a massive 250k views on it, and later beat Subsonic, Mystic, Aurora, Carnage Mode, The Ultimate Phase, and Conical Depression. The last thing we heard from Boldstep at that point in time was when he got 63 on Catharsis. We wouldn't hear from Boldstep until the end of November in the latter part of the year, and in that time frame of November 30th through December 18th, the only real notable achievements were a couple insane demons and him beating Dulo Mastro solo. Moving forward to the end of the year and the beginning stages of 2019 and onward, he mainly completed lower-end extreme demons, but still managed to hold relevance for a little while before fading off people's recommended, and people began to forget about the legend that was Boldstep. Now moving on to the not-so-distant past and the present. This is what Boldstep said to me in his own words, and I'll even put a screenshot as proof of this. Late 2018/19. Though I had another peak of interest and did more grinding, I was actually using up arrow for a bit, and my mouse sucked and I beat extreme demons left and right with it. After that though, I've just been playing on and off. I did demons like Exo and grinded a bit. During this time I considered growing towards more Nexus or Viperine content, but I wasn't having much success with that, so I stopped bothering. Boldstep. This player we'd all known for so long and we'd forgotten about, and this point is only further reinforced when you look at the view counts of his most recent videos from all of 2020. This seemed to wear him down, and his motivation and his persistence was slowly fading away during the year of 2020, and he only ever played the game on and off every so often. His only real notably viewed video in this time frame was of him completing XO by Caramel, and it clocked in at 179,000 views as of right now. Other than that, most of his videos have barely scraped 5,000 views each this year. In 2020, Boldstep has completed quite a few Extreme Demons, but on November the 9th, 2020, Boldstep ended his quest to beat the RGB trilogy and finally beat Sonic Wave, ending 3 years of grinding on the level. Boldstep is a legendary player who's done a lot for this community, but in the end, sadly lost relevance, and this outcome has taken a toll on him, and it can deeply be disheartening to see the community who once knew you and even looked up to you ended up losing interest in forgetting you even existed. The point of this whole video was to really delve deep into what made Boldstep such a legend that was eventually forgotten about, and also to tell you that he's still alive and still out and about in the community. In fact, in a recent community post on his channel, he had significant progress on the former top 5 Extreme Demon Spatial Rend. Boldstep is still alive and playing the game, and to keep him here and to help him through this time of uncertainty, go subscribe to Boldstep and spread the word about him still being around. Whether that be on social media or Discord or any other social platform, he's currently at 33.8k subs. So let's get him to 34k and then push for 40k. Hell, hopefully he reaches 100,000 because the man deserves it after all the hard work and time he's put into the game. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like on it, and also if you like this kind of content and you want to see more of it, hit that subscribe button and also comment down below. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been your host Storm, and have a Merry Christmas and goodbye. Merry Christmas, Boldstep.